Right, good morning, good morning. It is 2:50 a.m. I'm on my way to the gym right now. So I was listening to something. I'm gonna make a point. Hopefully I'll make a point. People always say if there's a God, why does he let certain things happen? Why does he let babies die? Why does he let people get inflicted with cancerous things? And why, if there's a God, why does he let people die? Why does he let people be falsely accused? If there's a God, why does all this other stuff happens? And the point that was brought to my attention was God doesn't stand in the way of your decisions. And what I took that to mean was everything that happens to you at some way, some point is a result of your actions. Now, and then I started really trying to figure out how I could apply that. Like how can I apply this? And it's like a math problem. If you ever want to know if a math problem is correct or not, all you have to do is run the numbers in reverse and you should come up with the same answer. That's math 101. So I said, under what circumstance can I analyze this and see how true it is? And I look at my oldest son. We raised him. When I say raise him, meaning we disciplined him, we loved him, we showed him, we taught him, we lived by example. We raised him in the way that we needed him to go. And then afterwards, we trusted him to do what he needed to do. So we took our hands off at a certain point and said, make the decisions. And let him know that at the end of the day, the decision that you make doesn't necessarily hurt me as much as it's going to hurt you. Or decisions that you make aren't going to benefit me as much as they're going to benefit you. So take what we've given you and make the right decisions. Now we can stand there and dictate it and say, well, no, you do this. I think we should still play a role in guiding his decisions, but guiding and telling somebody are two different things. If you raise your child in the right way, the guidance is very light, because it doesn't have to be overly heavy to get the point across. And I think that's how God is. God is a lot like saying, I instilled in you before you were even born your purpose. I instilled in you the Spirit. If you've been baptized in the Spirit. You already have the necessary tools. Why are you being so hard-headed? Why are you not listening? And then we find ourselves in these predicaments, in these certain situations, for one reason or another, and God doesn't intervene. And let's be honest about it. You never asked for him to intervene before you even made the decision. You made the decision without asking God. You made the decision before you consulted with God. And then now it didn't turn out the way that you wanted. Now you want God to intervene and save it. So why people say, well, why did this happen? Because God's not going to stand in the way of your decisions. And there's so many different scenarios that because when I heard it, I said, let me think about this. Let me analyze it. Let me see if there's some real truth to this. If there's some real substance to this. And you know what? There was. Because I've been able to play it from different perspectives. I've been able to play it back from the perspective of the prisoner. I've been able to play it back from the perspective of an entrepreneur. I've been able to play it back from the perspective of a father. I've been able to play it back from a perspective of somebody who at points in time, had nothing to eat, nowhere to sleep. And they're all decisions that I've made. And when they were made outside of God's will for my life, they never turned out the way that I wanted. It's dope this morning because I sat there and I prayed and I said, how about God, how about this one? How about if there's a problem that comes up today, how about you just give me the ability to handle it? And when I say that, I get this overwhelming power. That anything that may come up today is within my realm of fixing. It's within my wheelhouse of fixing. Resolving. Because really, what else do you want? If you had one opportunity to pray for something, why would you use that prayer on money? Oh God, give me money. I'd say that's a borderline disgusting prayer. Money is filthy. But money is just a byproduct of all the other great things that you can do. Service. I know a couple right now that commits all their time to a homeless outreach. And they take beautiful vacations. Because their first duty is to serve. And rewarded naturally after that. But God doesn't stand in the way of your decisions. So you can take some responsibility for why it didn't go right. I heard that even Adam, when they decided to eat of that apple, looked at God and said, God, you made her. When he made her, he was praising God. When they got kicked out of the garden, try to blame God. Don't we do that? We try to blame God. Oh God, why did you do this? Why am I going through this? We turn into a victim real fast when we made a decision without consulting him. We didn't consult God not once, but then we become a victim. And then now God is to blame. Oh God, why me? Why me? He didn't tell you to take that job. You didn't ask him. That man wasn't the man for you. but you didn't ask him. And then when it turns left, oh God, why me? Why you keep doing this to me? And you try to take on the role of Job. When Job was a faithful, obedient servant, you were not faithful and obedient. He doesn't intervene. He lets you do what a good father does. I mean, I love the fact of just letting go and telling my kids, you know, all I tell them before they do anything is think about what this is, think about the end. Think about the end repercussions. Think about the end game. That's it. And then you make your best decision.